What's that sledgehammer?
Hey, welcome back. It's Derek Kaner, and today we are playing Final Fantasy 1. And I am so excited to play this game. I remember the first time I played it. It was about, I'd say about 7th grade, maybe 8th. And we had a Wii, and we downloaded the original NES off the home, or not home. Well, you know what I mean, like the virtual console. There we go. And yeah, and so this is the PSP version, and as you can tell, it's running pretty good. I was trying to do a GBA version, but I couldn't get to look make it look very nice. And same thing with the NES version. So I decided to go with the PSP version because it had better graphics than the GBA, and I think that might be an understatement. And I really like this part, even though nothing like it ever happens in the game. But, you know, it's what it is. Could you imagine, turning this on for the first time and seeing this without actually knowing what the game is? And, and then this comes on, you're like, oh, sweet, it's going to be 3D, and I'm going to, fight some dragons and epic sword battles, and then you get to turn-based RPG, which I love, but that would be funny. Okay, and so now we're going to make our... Oh, I'm sorry about the audio. It's going to be off for the first couple of episodes. I think the problem was with the, it was with the audio the video codecs that I was recording with. It was variable bit rate, and Adobe Premiere does not quite like it. It desynchronizes the audio with the video, and so the way you fix that is you load it into like Windows Movie Maker program, or you transcode it using Handbrake, and that was the method I ended up choosing, was Handbrake. And it makes it so it is a constant bit rate, which, makes it a larger video file, but hey, it keeps the audio quite synchronized. Because we're still in making our characters. Yeah, as you can tell, Dr. Kane. That's Derek Kaner, that's me, obviously. And then Nugs, that's my younger brother, and one of his nicknames. Dark Element, that's Dark Element, or I don't remember what he likes to be called, but he doesn't even want to make videos anymore. And Dragoat, that's what he wants to be called. Dragoatman or Dragoat, that's same brother, but Dark Element was what they both came up with when they were making Minecraft names, because they had to share an account for a little while. And so, yeah, it was kind of interesting, but yeah. And so, as you can tell, there's a lot of problems happening in the world. Like, the wind is dying, the earth is dying, the earth decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. And we're already in our first battle. Oh, cool. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. And I won. Yay! And there's your 4 crystals. And it sounds like we're in a town. Sorry the audio is all messed up. By the time I realized what was happening, it was too late to actually go through and fix it. And I do apologize. And I think I did turn down the volume. And I will be boosting the volume on the voice track. Sorry if my voice annoys you, but you can always turn it down. So, and then look, there's that battle I was in, and obviously I'm kicking some ass. So, and then we're, it sounds like we're buying some weapons, and that's where we go. So. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we gotta buy some armor first, I guess. I really like how they make it so you can see what armor and what weapons would actually benefit your character. Because back in the original game, when I remember playing, we just kind of guessed, and whatever weapon was new was what we equipped. Which wasn't always a bad thing, because it sometimes actually helped us out. Like isn't there a sword that's really good against dragons? Or something like that. So, and then, yeah, gotta get rid of the clothes and the knives, because that ain't gonna do nothing for you. No, and I think we might, yep. Yeah. Gotta get some magic for our white mage. I've decided to go with, 2 warriors, a white mage, and a black mage. Just because, the fighters are really good at kicking some ass. The black mage has some pretty powerful attacks, and it's very useful later on against some of the enemies. And then the white mage, you always want to have a healer. Always. Well, yeah, I like to have a healer, because I'm kind of I'm a little more of just an attack kind of guy, and I don't really go in for much of those like protect spells and reflective spells. And it's the same way I play Pokemon or Pokemon, whatever. The anime just kind of, like it goes all over the place with I really love the music. And they won't let me go unless I go talk to the king, because they're looking for us, because we're the warriors of light. Yay. Those crystals. You must see the king at once. And teleport to the king. Well, I guess we walk, but from the player's point of view, we just kind of teleport it. So. It's just as Lucanon's prophecy foretold, when darkness fails the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. The Chancellor. Your Majesty, we cannot let be the certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. The King. And yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this. I missed that. Sorry, guys. I'll stop. Kind of goes on. The Chancellor was like, I'm not sure these are the real guys. And the King is like, they got the crystal. They got the crystal. So, and then they're like, oh, by the way, the princess is missing. And we think that the Dark Knight Garland has something to do with it. And he is taking refuge. He's up in the Chaos Shrine, which is very important later on. Later. Sorry, there's a slight echo because of the way I'm doing this voiceover. I'm not using Audacity like I normally do. I'm just using the straight recorded audio track through Adobe. And so I hear this echo, and I pause to let it catch up to my voice, which leads to some weirdness in the in the recording. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. But now we must go, and we shall not fail the king. And yes, I was using the emulator's ability to just speed up, and I try not to do that when I have I was trying not to do that when I was actually going to be showing what it was on camera. But later on, it was just so much backtracking and whatnot that I just decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna speed up through this so I can keep these nice and short. I was going for about 20-minute long episodes. So, oh hey, the audio sounds like it caught up. Yep, it did. Sweet. Yeah, I think I might have tweaked that. But it's gonna come out of sync, probably. Yeah, there we go, it's already out of sync. So, yeah, that's what I was saying about the variable bit rate. Adobe doesn't quite, at least at the time of doing this, it wasn't quite up to doing it, even though programs like Handbrake, no, not Handbrake, some of the other, like Sony Vegas apparently handles variable bitrate quite well. And this is one of the easiest fights I have ever been in. Boss fights anyways. Not gonna, like a lot of those random encounter battles, fights or whatever, like they're really easy. So, oh, the king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? And he's like, I'm the big dog. I am going to kick your butt. I'm gonna win. You can't beat me. And then we prove him wrong. And we just go to town. Doesn't even take that long to do it either. Man, I'm not even doing this at my desk like I usually did, where I could actually sit in the chair and talk into the microphone quite well, but I can no longer really do that, and it's kind of annoying. And that's one of the reasons why I've put off doing this for such a long time. So, and then this is why I have a white mage. And go. It's just gonna come in and hit him with some fire. And we're gonna hit up a little bit of cure. There we go. See, really easy boss fight. What's funny is one of these guys could take him down in one hit later on in the game, but you never get to fight anybody like that easy again. And some boss fights are easier depending on what party you have, but this for me is like the best balance of a party I could want. Some people might want the traditional fighter thief, like white and black mage, or a thief karate master, but like the ninja or whatever, and a white and the black mage. Or all black mages, which is at a disadvantage against a few enemies because they are more resistant against magical attacks, and then there's other enemies which are more resistant against physical attacks, obviously. But so this is why I went with the group I went with. And what's really nice is the red warriors, or the red fighters, they become knights, and then the knights can learn magic too, and then you can have multiple healers, and I think they can learn some black magic. So if you really need to just attack somebody with a bunch of fire, you can do it. So, and then I really like Final Fantasy 2 because you can learn a lot of magic. The only problem is that there's a set amount of magic each character can learn. Like, you can load up with like a bunch of all level 1 spells. Like, you can learn all of like the level 1 spells, and all the level 2 and level 3, and then you're done. You've learned all the magic you can learn. And I didn't realize that when I was starting the playthrough. I'm just playing through now. I'm not recording it, but I might play it again later on down the road. And now we got the loot, which is very, very important, I think, for like the very end of the game. Like, you carry this thing, and in the original you could forget to grab it and be like, what the hell do I do now? And then yeah, and now we're gonna fix the bridge so we can actually get off the little island. Makes you wonder where they came from in the first place. Maybe they got dropped off in a ship, but in this one, ships can only... No, there is a dock. Maybe they came in on a ship. I don't know. Makes you wonder why they couldn't have left on a ship. There we go. The bridge is fixed. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? Well, they gotta leave, so. There's the Chancellor. He's like, yep, those are the 4 warriors of light. There we go. They proved themselves. And now it's time to leave. And probably get a random fight encounter on the way. There we go. I thought so. And then I did resync the audio again, but it's gonna fall out rather quickly, and it always does. And it will be like that for the first few episodes, and I'm not entirely sure on how many episodes it will be like that, but... And then we get the credits. There we go. We beat the game. We're done. No, I don't. Yeah, it's like some form of the credits, but I don't think it's the complete set of credits. No, it's not even credit. Oh. And so their quest began. Yep. You know, I kind of wish they would remake the first several Final Fantasy games in a 3D version. Kind of like the 13 Part 2. Because that would be rather interesting. You'd actually get to see the terrain. But maybe not. And the Android version is very much like this, but it is lacking in like the extras, which is a shame. I don't know. And then the control scheme on the screen is not the greatest either. Like it's not controller compatible at all, and you got to use the on-screen controls, which are you can only let you move in an X or Y, really, and it's just not really that comfortable to use, to be honest. Like, it kind of sucks. it was such a great, it was such a great game, and they couldn't. Then they screwed it up with the controls. And there's probably more games out there where the game would be great, but the controls, but the controls for the game are just really crappy. Like, I bet you that Ninja Turtles game for NES that the AVGN has talked about would probably be a really good game if the controls were actually really nice. I hope you like and subscribe. Peace.